This new free Chinese AI agent Minimax is absolutely insane. Today, I'm going to talk you through exactly how it works, how to use it, etc., and the whole process so that you can get started with this. Plus, I'll show you how you can use it for free if you want to get started with that. All right. So you can see here, for example, we've got Minimax, and this is available at minimax.io. I've actually got a bunch of notes inside the AI Profit Boardroom if you grab those inside here. But essentially, what you've got here, if we scroll over here, is like an AI super agent that can do almost anything you can imagine, right? So, for example, it can generate speech, it can generate audio, it works as a agent as well that can go off on the internet. We'll try a few of these things in a second, all right? So you've got a video generator as well. We also have Minimax Agent, and then we have Minimax Speech 2.5. We have M1. There's so many things you can do with this. It's outrageous. And today we're going to walk you through exactly how this works. And if you have questions along the way, my friends, this is live. This is Julian Goldie in the house. And I can answer any questions that you have along the way. So feel free to ask, all right? So we're going to get started with this. One of my favorite options for using Minimax is to actually go over to Minimax Agent, right? Now, I just want to be 100% clear. I'm on the free plan and you can see we get a certain amount of credits, but essentially this is what we've created previously. So what I actually generated previously was a Netflix clone. So literally all I said was create a Netflix clone with playable trailers. And then you can see here inside this section, we've created a playable trailer of Netflix essentially. And then it actually got hosted right here. So it's not live right now because it got essentially hosted, but we've also got the files here that we can download, like you can see. And then if we open those up, we've got the Netflix clone over here. We should be able to open that up in a separate tab. So you've essentially got all these files where we've generated a Netflix clone that can work. We've also got, for example, this section here that is researching Julian Goldie's AI Profit Boardroom, then create a website for it. And it went off, researched the web, etc. Even looked at my LinkedIn, even completed some browser use stuff, and then use that to batch gen a page here. So if we go over here, we'll open this up. We've created a landing page for Julian Goldie and his AI Profit Boardroom with pictures of me. And all the copy here was written by AI too. It designed it, created it, hosted it, and this is live on a subdomain, right? And we've done this with the free plan. This is not on the paid plan. I just want to be 100% clear, right? Then the other thing that we did was we actually generated a bunch of videos. So you can see here, we've got a bunch of videos directly inside here. And you can create, for example, storyboarded the whole thing, all the scenes, wrote the whole content based on our original prompt, use very free, generate a series of short cinematic videos, etc. Right? So it's really cool. Now they actually have at the minute, if we go back to Minimax here, they have this hackathon, right? I've not really looked into it properly. I'll be 100% honest, but essentially they've got 150K AI agent challenge. And it's kind of like a competition for building stuff with AI agents and then shipping it. And you can see all the stuff that's been built with this so far. I'll come on to that in a second. Let's have a look what we got in the comments here. We've got Charles Casanelli. Is that an Italian name? My Italian family's name is so always good to meet a fellow Italian. You might be Latin. And then we got Naz as well. He says not much to remix in Minimax and also no search button search integrated apps. For example, I want to remix a game, but there is no game. All right, so let's have a look at that and say we'll come back into that in a second. But what you can see here is basically you've got Minimax and then you have all these creations that people have made, right? So for example, you can actually remix a web page. So if we go into this web page, let's open this up. So it's a shareable file. And basically you can replay what someone's created, right? And then if you want to skip all the nonsense, all the messing around, etc., then you just go to result and you can see what people built with this. So for example, Daily Byte is a website that gives you AI news and then posts it to every major platform. Charles says from Sicily, shout out to Charles, legend. And we got a bunch of other things right here. So this is basically how we can use this. And then you can build full websites like this. You can design them really nicely. And yeah, there we go. Now, Charles says, I've run out of credits there, going to revamp later this evening. Yeah, so this, you do get a certain limited number of credits on the free plan, obviously, but it is really cool so far. There's so much more you can actually do with this, but I just want to show you some examples, right? Let's have a look what else we got here. So you can remix these. So you can actually click on remix and then remake these sort of things as well. And then you got a bunch of different stuff here. For example, we've got a web application that, let's have a look here. Create a web application that interacts with the board API in the backend. The page should have a single button called Find an Activity. So let's click on Find an Activity. Looks like someone's not linked the API properly there, but essentially that's how it works. I'm interested to know if these videos and these websites, etc., indexable on Google. So if we type in site space Minimax. You can see all the different creations here that people have created. And so people have made all of these different websites on Minimax, and then you can search through them on Google there. So if there's no feature on Minimax directly, you can just do this directly here, right? Now, if we go site space Minimax.io, and then we type in game, for example, then we can see there's a bunch of games here that we can play around with, right? So for example, if we go on Neo, let's have a look what we got here. The Pokedex, which is pretty cool. What else we got? Vocabulary trainer. So you can learn German words. That's pretty great. That's like a full-blown app, isn't it? That is wild. So this has been built with Minimax. It's called Arkazi Vocabulary Trainer. So basically someone's built kind of like a Duolingo style app using Minimax, hosted it. It's been indexed on Google, that you can see, and then people can just play around with it or remix it themselves and that sort of thing. Pretty cool. And then it's got a bunch of recommended as well. So someone's cloned Netflix website. Let's have a look at this one. We'll just mute that. So you see here, it says clone the Netflix website, include actual videos using publicly available trailers, etc. Then it's starting to build that out. So you can see how it's working. So it's doing a bunch of web searches, looking at the design of Netflix and stuff like that, looking around the internet and finding the original trailers. And then if we go to the actual result, we've got it over here. And then can we click on that and test it out? Let's have a look. We got Netflix built by Minimax. How crazy is that? And then if we click on TV shows, movies, new and popular, my list, browse by genres, etc. Even got a login in the top right. And then I assume if you click on those, you can just watch the trailers. Like it's not actually going to play the full thing. Pretty crazy. Charles says, I liked it quickly, but run down fast. So going to pay and play. On my way to work. Talk later, good sir. Shout out to you. Have a good day at work. Dip and Jan says it's a game changer for software development. Yeah, 100%. And Hyper says, how good is it at making detailed reports like deep research? That's a really good question. We can come on to that in a second. So if we go back here and we'll type in like research and just try and find like a research report that's created, we've got, for example, this artificial intelligence one. And what you see here is it's researched the internet, created a comprehensive analysis of AI agents. Then you got the exec summary. It's turned it all into a nicely designed web page, which is pretty cool. So it not just finds the data, but it also, for example, just puts it all together in a nicely wrapped website. Let's see what else we got here. So we've got an AI daily newsletter as well down there, which is interesting. Season more. That's more like a job board, isn't it? Someone's created like a job board. That is interesting. Look at that. See, it's like a Indeed style website where you can type in the job. It's got the city. You search your jobs. And then you can look through all these different jobs here. So let's go, but it's got 7 pages of jobs, right? So if we flick to page 5, someone's created like a full-blown job board and it's pretty much endless. It's going up to like page 11, which is really cool. And then we also have the feature of AI news. Stay ahead with automatically curated AI insights, blah, blah, blah. Very cool. Ryan says, I get this. I'm pretty sure I got this question from you yesterday. So Ryan says, hello, sir. According to you, when exactly will AGI drop by 2010? 7 or more? Depends what you consider AGI. If you consider AGI something that can do something humans can't do, then it's pretty much out there already, right? Because, for example, this AI can browse the internet. It can do better research reports than most humans. It can, for example, quickly figure out, okay, like how do you put together a game or a SaaS tool that 99% of humans can't actually do? And it actually ships to work, right? Because it doesn't get tired or anything like that. So in many ways, if that's what you consider AGI, something that humans can't do or something that's better than humans, then you've pretty much already got that, right? But then it's, okay, but does it make mistakes? Does it hallucinate? 100%. It's kind of like how, for example, I had a really good quote the other day. It's like, the calculator, it didn't replace mathematicians. And in the same way, I don't think AI is going to replace humans who are skilled, highly skilled people, right? Highly skilled people in their niche. But can a calculator do maths better than 99% of people in the world? Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. And Hyper says, have you checked out Skywork? Yeah, about 2 or 3 videos on YouTube about Skywork and another one coming out soon. And Free Media Tool says, I saw your Yam video. Can we try that model online? And you went, yeah, I think you can try on Hugging Face. Hugging Face, it's an open source model, so you can try it online. Pretty easy and simple. So let's have a look at this one. You're a daily news content generator, blah, blah, blah. And then if we go to the result, we have this ready to go. Pretty cool. All right. Now that is just one side of Minimax. So that's the agent side and it can do even more. But what we can also do, if we go over here, is we can actually generate visuals, right? So images, for example. So for example, panda dances on snowy peak. Let's type that in. We've loaded an image right there. We'll click on create video and then we can just upload pictures directly inside here. Now you can choose between text to video and image to video as well. Let's go back here, see what other people have created. And we just need to get more credits here. So I will subscribe at this point because I've rinsed through all my credits. Let's see what we got. I want to go with just a standard plan for now, and we'll go with monthly. By the way, if you're wondering, there's some free AI super agents, etc. So we have a bunch of training on that inside the AI Profit Boardroom, but we also have the AI Money Lab, right? And inside there, we just drop in new trainers all the time. You can get a link inside the comments description. It's completely free to sign up to the AI Money Lab. Basically, inside the classroom here, you can see all these different automations, all these different courses, AI SEO tools, etc. And if you go to the free automation course here, you'll see all these different trainings. For example, like 1,000 NA10 templates. This is all free, right? You can get it free inside the Money Lab. And then from here, you can start getting all the trainings. So you can see all these step-by-step processes. Video training comes with full courses, shows you all this cool stuff that we do. And also we drop free trainings inside the community each day as well. So you can see here, for example, we're dropping all these new trainings just within the last 24 hours. We share a lot of SEO stuff in there as well. So make sure you get it, because if you can network with 20,700 people, is that going to help you? 100%. So make sure you join that link in the description. And what we're going to do now is we are going to go to Minimax and we'll try out the video section here. Right. So we've got a bunch of templates here. Let's have a look at this, for example. It's got sound as well. Pretty insane. And then inside here, for example, we can type our ideas. So we'll put like panda dances on a snowy peak, click create video, and we should be good to go on that. And we'll see how long that takes, actually. I'm interested to know how long that takes. So if we go to time, we'll start the timer now. And that is going to generate, so it's optimizing the prompt in progress. In the meantime, what we'll do is we'll compare that side by side versus something like Veo 3. So if we go to Gemini, we'll use Veo 3, which is considered probably the best for generating videos right now. Hit enter, and we'll see which one generates the best, right? And also which one generates the fastest. So that's 9% in. Bobby says, shout out from Northwest Oregon coast. First live, glad to be here. Good to see you too. This says, in your opinion, between this Manus and GenSpark, which one is probably better? I don't know. It depends. Like, it depends what you want to use it for, right? So for example, GenSpark is typically one of my favorites right now. It's really fast. It's pretty easy, but you're going to rinse through credits on that. And it's not quite as dynamic as Minimax, I would say. And Bobby says, how long for video? So we're testing out now. It's been 1 minute and we're only 35% of the way through. But at the same time, Gemini is generating video at a similar sort of speed. Jacob says, I have a question with the overwhelming amount of new solutions. What would you recommend focusing on now? If you actually join the AI Profit Boardroom, what we have inside there is we have a list of all of our best automations, right? So you can see inside this section here, we actually have an updated tools list. Don't feel overwhelmed. So if you're wondering, okay, what are the best automations to use right now? What are the best tools, etc.? I would recommend checking out that list inside that AI Profit Boardroom, because we keep it updated with all the stuff that I'm using right now. And that should save you a lot of time. So if we compare these side by side, they've both kind of finished at the same time. So we've got the video from the Panda, which is really cool, to be fair. It looks good. And then let's compare that to Veo 3. Which one? Put it in the chat. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer Minimax or do you prefer Veo 3? Shay Rao says the overall capabilities of Manus are better. Yeah, so like I was saying, I still prefer GenSpark. And then Shara says also the credit system at Minimax is absolutely horrible. Why is that? Is that because it uses too many credits, or what do you think that is? Yeah, I think if I had to pick one, I think this one is more funny, but this one looks like better quality, if that makes sense. Like it feels a bit more HD. This one feels like a 720p. In fact, I'm interested to know that. If you go to 3, is it 720? It says 1080 and 720, so maybe it does both. But yeah, pretty impressive videos. Looks really cool. I think the API is way cheaper as well. So for example, if we go back to X here, I saw someone comparing them here, right? So you can see this is a tweet by Akash, and it's 11 Labs versus Minimax, right? And this is for audio. So you can see here that with 11 Labs on the annual plan, right, which is typically what's used for AI audio, is 30,000 credits per month for $50, right? 360,000 credits per year. Minimax is $48, and it's a lot cheaper than 11 Labs. So it's much cheaper to generate audio with Minimax versus 11 Labs. And this just came out recently. So let's get back now to Minimax, and we'll grab the speech. All right, so we're going to go on here and we'll try this. Hyper says, any new AI tools you've come across? I prefer Veo 3, by the way. Yeah, so if you check out, we've got a couple of videos on some new AI that just came out recently, actually. It's coming up soon. So make sure you sign up, just subscribe, because you'll see the latest updates that come out later today. And Giselle says, I'm new here. Which one is the best for creating a report? Mackenzie style. Yeah, like I was saying, I still prefer GenSpark, but I do think that the Minimax does a really good job. And you can see here, you can switch between text to speech and music creation, right? So for example, let's put in here gangster rap song about a TikTok grandma or a grandma TikToking. So we'll click on create there, and then let's go back. You have to agree to the terms, of course. And we switch between simple and advanced, right? Advanced, you can edit the lyrics and that sort of thing. Simple, you can just click on create. So let's create now. And then you can switch between the models, but it seems like there's only one model for music, which is 1.5. Why is that failed? Generation failed. Okay, let's try again. Now we can also go to text to speech, and then we can switch between the voices. You can create your own voice as well. And then you've got a library of different voices too. And then you can play these back too. All right. The music's not working at all. Let's just put like gangster rap song, see if that works instead. Maybe it just doesn't like music about grandmas. Jesse Cunningham says, good morning, Julian. Keep crushing it. Appreciate you, Jay. Keep the awesome work too. Legendary YouTuber in the house here. And Bobby says, what about compounding these models to get the better output? Is that possible? Yeah, so what you can do is you can go inside Minimax agent, and then inside Minimax, if you switch to agent here, you can compile these ways. So for example, you could say, create a panda video with fun music over the top plus a voiceover, right? And then you combine in the audio plus a video plus the agent style. I think that should work. And let's just go back here. All right, let's try this out now. So we'll say, yeah, see if that works. So we said, create a video about a grandma who wants to become a rapper with a voiceover and music. So wait for that to load. Bobby says, I would tip my hat if it does. Marianne says, game over. Yeah, the credit situation is not the best once you've rinsed through the free stuff as part of the game. And then Naz says, it is good in websites, but I think not as good in mobile apps as you cannot even view the preview. And then Shara says, 1,000 credits to begin with, and on Payplan, you only get 5,000. So let's see what we got here. So it's checking the voice list. Now it's creating the video. I'm gonna wait for that to load in the background. Let's try this. So create a lifelike audio. Okay, create a commercial. So we got voice. That's interesting. All right, let's play this. I'm gonna just change my audio settings here so you can listen back to it. All right, here we go.
Tired with traditional shaving tools? Introducing the Ultra Edge Razor. This innovative shaver features 5-blade technology that contours to your face for extra comfort. Its waterproof body and long-lasting battery let you refresh.
So that is pretty good, to be fair, for creating audio, especially for like commercials and stuff like that. So let's try this, and let's see if we could do this. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT. I'll say create a short audio script promoting the AI Profit Boardroom for a commercial voiceover, something like that. Bobby says that is smooth. I would agree. Shara says there's many models out there and a lot of hype around them, but Layer 3 is still the video generation king. Let's see. All right, so we're going to take this now and we grab that. We're going to go over here. We'll use this bad boy, and then we're going to click generate. And I hope that works because it was struggling with music generator. So we've done that. We've chosen our voice. We can choose the emotion. We'll keep it as auto. You can also change the speed, the pitch, and the volume here on the right. Don't know why, but for some reason, Minimax logged me out as well. Maybe because I'm using multiple tabs at the same time.
Behind it.
Let me play this for you then. So we've just generated, for example, the script with ChatGPT. Then we'll plug that into Minimax, and we've created this commercial, right? So let's play that back now.
Are you tired of falling behind in the AI wave? Inside the AI Profit Boardroom, you'll discover how top entrepreneurs are using AI to grow faster, work smarter, and unlock new income streams. Each week, you get plug-and-play automations, proven templates, and step-by-step tutorials that save you time and boost your profits. Don't just watch the AI revolution, profit from it. Join the AI Profit Boardroom today before the next price increase locks you out.
So pretty good right there. The audio was smooth. It was really quick to generate. The voice sounds very natural, to be fair. It doesn't sound too AI. Just sounds like a normal sort of voiceover. Aaron Soft says, I've been making AI jingles for a London radio with 11 Labs and Stuno. Keep an ear out. So I'll keep watching for that. Is that going to be on pirate radio, mate? Or where are you playing that? What radio station? Bobby says, almost sounds like it mimics breathing, which is an interesting take. And Shara says, Hello is good. And Veo 3 allows you to do more. For instance, it has a frames to video option. I feel like it follows instructions much better. So it's much more accurate and realistic. So far, like from what I've tested, it's pretty good. I actually really like it. Let's see what we got inside the agent. So if we go back to our agent now, it's created this. All right, so it's created the video. Check the voiceover. Okay, we've got the background music. So let's have a look. We've got the video generated right here. So we've got background music, grandma rapper, and then the MP4. But why is it not stitched it into one? That's what we'll just go back here and say, did you stitch it all into one video? If not, do that. So now it's combining the video, voiceover, and background music. I'm like 50-50 that it's actually going to be able to do that, but let's see. So it's using FFegg, which I know I've used inside NA10 to generate responses like that. By the way, if you want an NA10 automation for this, go inside the AI Profit Boardroom and then go to NA10 templates here. And then inside here, we actually use Halo to generate videos. So you have a short form AI powered video generator here. And we also have the NA10 viral reels feature. And we also have a Minimax audio automation. Basically what this does, it would generate the idea, then use the AI agent to create it, run that through Halo and create the sound, and then stitch it all together with FFmpeg. So if you want like an AI automation for that, you can use that one right there inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So it's now creating the final version. Let's see how it goes. Abdul says how to make promotional videos with Notebook. So if you want free stuff, right, just type in Notebook LM inside the AI Money Lab. We've got loads of trainings here, and we've got loads of trainings on like how to create videos with Notebook LM, how to use it for SEO and stuff like that inside the AI Money Lab, completely free. Link in the description. So just check that out if you want to get the free stuff and go outside the scope of this video. So let's go back now. Agent, apparently it's done. Apparently it's done. I'm 50-50 that it's actually going to work. Let's see. By the way, this basically what they've done here, this is pretty bad compared to some. This is what I was saying about my preferred GenSpark. If you ask GenSpark to do this job, it will do it much better. If you look at this one, it's just looping the same video every 7 seconds. And the audio is even worse. I'm not even going to play that on the live stream. Like, it's embarrassing. I don't want to embarrass Minimax here. But yeah, I would say GenSpark does a much better job in stitching videos together. Same with Manus, to be fair. Manus does a better job on that as well. Bobby says Afro effort. Now, it's got a fresh shave. Actually, got that zero fade on the side there. The sharer says the biggest challenge for all the models in content creation is ensuring consistency and using branded elements. Yeah. So, for example, if we go over to here and we go image to video, you can actually upload an image and then use that for consistency, right? So, for example, if you have an image that you want to animate, let's type this in, profile. Yeah, so if we have a picture of my face, for example, and we'll put man talking, I don't know, man dancing, sort of like a pro. Let's see if it will generate that. I don't know if it's just going to generate the actual video, but we'll go with that. So we'll click that, and then that should use the image here to start generating the video. So basically what I'm trying to show you here, just like we've done with the panda, so we gave it an image to work with. If you give it a good image that's contextually relevant, then it will use that for generating the branded elements of the video. Right, so that's probably the best way to do it. Bobby says A for F, logo, text, typography, none of it get it right. Yeah, I don't think it's at that point yet. Wait till Veo 4 or Veo 5 comes out and then it's going to be insane. Shira says, and huge images. Yeah, okay. And Bobby says, ouch, laughing. All right, cool. You can basically see how you can easily generate, for example, audio. You can stitch videos together. The agent is powerful. You've also got the chat, so you can actually just chat directly with Minimax here if you want to, and you can enable search and think mode, right? So for example, if we go inside here, we say, okay, what happened today in AI news? Just got to sign in. I don't know why it makes you sign in to everything. Like, already signed in 5 times, mate. So it's very similar to Quen, but it's super fast. So you can see it's now giving us the highlights from August the 18th, breaking down the AI news from today, plugging that into this list. And it's searched through the internet for all these different sources. It tends to only take the biggest sources like CNN, BBC, Fortune.com, etc. It's only taking the biggest sources to find that information, but you can see how easy and powerful that is, right? Super quick, super easy to do. So we've got that ready to go. We've done the video. There he is. Look at that man having a great time. He's looking a bit flamboyant there, to be fair. I wouldn't say I dance like that personally, you know what I mean? But the AI, I give it full creative capability. It can do what it wants. Also, it's not included the 6-pack over here. He looks a bit overweight in this one. But you get the point. Like, you can easily generate videos using that person. And then you've got your AI avatar living the dream. And yeah, let's turn that off quickly. But you get the point. So just to recap here, we have generated a commercial for the AI Profit Boardroom using this audio that's basically ready to go on radio. We have a video stitched together with audio based on one single prompt using the AI agent. We also have the chat that can search the internet in real time. That seems really easy to access. And then you also have these videos where you can plug in an image and generate a video, or you can use text. And the quality of the images and the videos are super nice, right? So pretty good so far, pretty impressive. Let's go back to Minimax now, see what else we can do with it. See if I've missed anything else. So we've talked about speech. Actually, one thing I'm interested to try here is, can we clone my voice? So we can do voice clone here. And then I think we can upload a video. So let's go inside the record audio section. So let's test if you can actually clone my voice and if it sounds realistic. Hopefully you can. If you can't, we'll figure it out in a minute and we'll test this out. So we'll click on generate here, and then you have to confirm the T's and C's, right, to clone your voice. Tree guy now says Minimax flamboyant. I would agree. It was very flamboyant. Let's play this back then. So I'm going to play this for you now.
Hello, I'm delighted to assist you with our voice services. Choose a voice that resonates with you, and let's begin our creative audio journey together.
That was actually pretty good. The one thing that I don't like is the background noise. So I'm just going to remove the background noise here, and then we'll regenerate this. I'm actually amazed that you can clone your voice so well in the space of what, like a few seconds. Let's try this again.
I'm delighted to assist you with our voice services. Choose a voice that resonates with you, and let's begin our creative audio journey together.
Yeah, so you can see there, like we just cloned our voice in literally one click. Pretty smooth. I didn't like the background noise again. I still don't think that's perfect, but it's probably because I'm recording on a live stream and not really doing it properly. But you can see how easy it is to clone your voice. And then you can use that to create text to speech, right? So if you exit this, then once you've created your voice, it's going to show up inside the My Voices section, and you can clone a voice really quickly and easily, and then use that to generate more. Really easy and simple. And then you can generate music apparently, but that does not seem to be working for me right now. We've also got this voice design feature as well, which is quite interesting. So let's say, for example, you're trying to create a new YouTube channel with an AI avatar. You don't want to use the same voices that everyone else uses for that. And so if you don't want to use your own voice and you want to stay anonymous, you could generate one directly inside here, give it the detail, and then create that new voice, right? So if we click on classic narrator, then it's giving us this. So we can click on generate. Again, it's really fast. Shayra says you can clone your voice with Manus too. I've not seen that feature. Let's test it out. As far as I'm aware, I've never seen that feature before with Manus. It doesn't seem to show up as well on Google when I'm checking it. I don't think you can, because that's quite a rare sort of feature. All right, let's play back these. You let me know which one you prefer.
In a world teetering on the brink of chaos, one man dared to stand against the tide. This is his story, a tale of courage, betrayal, and the enduring power of the human spirit.
Pretty good, right? Let's try the next one.
In a world teetering on the brink of chaos, one man dared to stand against the tide. This is his story, a tale of courage, betrayal, and the enduring power of the human spirit.
Not bad at all. I would honestly use both of them. Number 3.
Teetering on the brink of chaos, one man dared to stand against the tide. This is his story, a tale of courage, betrayal, and the enduring power of the human spirit.
Pretty good as well. I could use all 3 of those. I thought they were all really good. They all sounded nice. You can use a voice isolator as well. So what you can do inside here is you can isolate background noise to get pure speech audio, right? So basically what that does is it like removes all the background noise from a speech and then takes it. Bobby says number 3 was the best. You can see how easily you can build out a new voice with that. You can clone your own voice. You can isolate a voice from the stuff. You can create music, and you can do text to speech. And yeah, there's just so much you can do with this. It's absolutely wild. And if you don't like to mess around with all these different features, then all you do is you go back to the agent and you ask it to generate the voice inside the chat here, right? A lot easier. And then you can download the file here. Pretty cool. Shayra says, what about creating social media posts like posters, carousels, etc.? Let's have a look here. How would we do this? All right, let's say, okay, create a Instagram carousel for the latest AI news this week, right? So create an Instagram carousel with images for the latest AI news this week. Basically what we're trying to do here is we are trying to create like a social media post using the agent and then generate the images. Now, if we go back to Halo over here, we've got text to video and image to video, but you can select images on the left-hand side. So if you select images, you can add a reference and then you can switch between these 2 methods, right? So for example, you could put a portrait here, then you can select the image API that you want to use. You can say, right, generate 4 images. You can then plug in the image of yourself, right? Let's say you want to feature yourself inside there. So we'll click on confirm. We'll click confirm there. And then inside here, we can say, okay, design an inspirational quote post with this man. All right, nicely designed for a LinkedIn social media post. Short quote, let's put Alex Hormozy style, something like that. Then we'll hit enter on the credits. So it uses 4 credits to do that, but we get 4 different options on the images. Let's see how long that's going to take. So we'll start the stopwatch there, see how long that takes. I just X'd off it, but it should still be loading in the background. Yeah, so you can delete that and then just come back inside the background there. Why has that one failed? This is temperamental at best. But yeah, so it's generating the images. It is taking a fair while. Usually I think ChatGPT takes about a minute to generate stuff. What else we got here? Shara says, Shara, Minimax versus 11 Labs for audio usage. What do you think does a better job? Honestly, like when I cloned my voice with, these are cool. Look at this geezer. We'll come on to that in a second. But yeah, when I cloned my voice with 11 Labs, it's really cool with the API. It is expensive. Like it is crazy expensive. And then also the biggest issue was it took hours to generate the voice clone because it was a professional voice clone. So it took hours. And then also a lot of people on YouTube say that the avatar voice sounds like quite dull or quite boring. And so some of these are not the best. So I think it's worth checking out Minimax for sure. Bobby said, okay, we've already been through that. Is there a feature like pages of perplexity? Yeah, so you can publish your space, right? So it's called spaces. And then you can publish from there. What else you got here? Create an Instagram carousel for slides, highlighting the key benefits. Let's try that one. So we're going to test this out. By the way, pro tip here, if you've never done this before, you can take a screenshot if you want to type something out and then just copy and paste it from ChatGPT, right? So if we go inside here and then we'll say, right, okay, there we go, generate that. And that's, now let's have a look at these images. It's good and it's bad. And I'll tell you what I mean. So if you look at these images, number one, it doesn't look that much like me, right? Let's be honest. And then also inside here, the writing is way off, way off. So if you're going to choose one, I would highly recommend that you use ChatGPT for this. The image generation for Minimax doesn't seem that great. If we plug in the same prompt here, I think it will generate something much better. And then if we go back, we've still got these generating. Tree Guy now says Minimax is so powerful. The contest for the 150 is awesome because we can copy the new websites and take out the branding and include our own in a simple prompt. Love Minimax. Cool. My website company charged. Yeah, this is a big thing, right? So if you were getting charged for a website design before and you're paying thousands of dollars, like I've worked at big corporate companies before where they've paid ridiculous amounts of money just to design a website. That is way better on Minimax where you can just create quickly and mock up something very quickly. And then you can see here, we've got all these different images, yeah, like that. Tota says, have you heard anything about your AI avatar today? I don't know what you mean. Bobby says it's all off. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Even the images here, the mock-up. So I wouldn't say it's great for image generation. Again, if we go back to ChatGPT, there we go. It's even included Alex Hormozy inside the image, right? That's way better. And so if you compare Minimax versus ChatGPT with the exact same prompt, ChatGPT is winning every time, hands down there. Yeah, that's basically it. We've shown how to generate images, videos, audio, music, build out Netflix clones or websites or research reports or even videos using the AI agent. Also how to clone your voice, design new voices, isolate voices, etc. If you want some free training on AI and a community with 20,700 people, you can join the AI Money Lab, link in the comments description. It's active, like people are posting inside the community here all the time, so that's pretty cool. And then also inside the classroom, you get loads of different courses and training, right? So you can see all these different training videos with step-by-step instructions and everything else inside the AI Money Lab, and you can join for free. Completely free, right? And then also, if you want to get help, support, coaching from me, if you want to be able to DM me, ask me questions, etc., make sure you join the AI Profit Boardroom. We have 5 live coaching calls per week, so you can jump on these calls. We have NA10 automation masterclasses, Q&As, etc. We also have inside the community a very active community that I personally engage in. And then also inside the classroom here, we have all of these training courses designed to help you scale, right? So for example, a 6-week masterclass, that alone would be worth hundreds of dollars. We're giving it inside the AI Profit Boardroom inclusive, similar to the crash course, NA10 templates, social media, agency course, the YouTube AI roadmap as well. Like for those, all those together, you'd pay a lot of money, right? So yeah, basically that's it. If you want to also hire us to just do all this for you and become a client, it's about $2,000 in automation. Make sure that if you're going to book in a call, that you've got the budget for it, but you can book in a call here. And basically what we'll do is we'll look at where you spend your time, then we'll help you build out the systems, and then we'll implement it for you, right? So feel free to book in an AI automation session, link in the description. If it saves you $100 a month, it's going to pay for itself 100x over. So it's 100% worth doing, right? Hope to see you inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers, bye-bye.